I know this seems really weird that we're not entering the final battle right now. But Link is floating in midair. How'd he do that? Hello there, everybody, and welcome to part 65 of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. It's part of new Let's Play Plus. Last time, Demise was revived, and now he waits for us. And, well, we're not doing that today, because I want to take care of some unfinished business before we, go on with our fight here. Before we go on with our fight here tomorrow. Because there is stuff that I don't want to leave for any bonus videos. I do not want to have any bonus videos ever. So today we're just going to look at the miscellaneous stuff that you can do now that essentially, the quote-unquote post-game is now available, because there really is no post-game. Do not panic. Zelda is fine. She rests in the back room of the temple. I never expected Demise would rise again. It now seems that the fate of the world rests solely in your hands, Link. And Groose? Whew, that was way too close back there. I got a serious sweat going. Can you imagine what would have happened if I hadn't pulled off one of my famous Groose maneuvers to catch Zelda? I'll stay here and make sure she's protected, so don't worry about her one bit. You just get out there and clobber that Demise creep. I'm counting on you, Link. We all are. Heck yeah, bro. Hell yeah. So, that kind of leads me to a little bit of an unfortunate thing. Because I never really got a chance to say this in the original, Let's Play, or I'm probably never going to be able to have a chance to talk about this. The fact that the Temple of Hylia and, well, what is essentially this area called Hylia's Realm is really all that we see of the past, which is unfortunate. Because I at least want to explore, Faron Woods, like the surface of the past, what that was like. But essentially, this is basically what it is like. It's just like, the first time that we ever visited the sealed temple in the present. So, yeah, but something's different about it, at least. That portal over there is where the final battle is. And there's a bird statue down there if you want to go to the final battle with that. So, that's cool. Yeah, it's pretty... It's a little bit disappointing that we can't actually explore around the past, per se. But, that's not really what's important to the story of Skyward Sword, is it, anyway. It's nothing really too important, because they knew what they were doing in service of the story. Exploring the past probably wasn't as important as all the plot stuff that happens there. Like your reunion with Zelda, and of course the last bosses of the entire thing. Granny. No! So Demise has already been resurrected. If we do not stop him, this world is doomed. I have no other words for you, Link. Know now that you are the sole hope for the survival of this land. The danger is overwhelming, but you must persevere. You must save our world. I never knew she said that. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool that she says that. But anyway, more on that later on. So, yeah, because of the sole fact that the statue of the goddess has returned to the surface, obviously the Groosinator is now, like, no longer a thing. So, rip the Groosinator. You will be missed. However, there are still woodland rhino beetles here if you want some. I mean, okay, the Groosinator is still here. It's just that without Groose to operate it, it's just like, just a regular, like, catapult. So it can't be the Grucinator without, you know, Groose there. So for the rest of our time here, it's just going to be a regular old catapult, which is a shame. A gosh diddly darn shame. But that's not all that changes in the world of Skyward Sword now that the statue of the goddess has returned to the surface. Because I'm pretty sure the Skyloft citizens have something to say on that subject. So why don't we just go and talk to them? As you can clearly see upon our descent to Skyloft, the statue is no longer here. It's now become the permanent fixture. And probably people are like, well, what the heck is going on? What is happening here? What's the dealio? Wow. Oh, Link, thanks for all your help. My bird is about to... Okay, well, apparently Oriel doesn't really care. What about some other folks? Because we did see some people who all, like, you know, looking at the thing and they're like, what the heck is going on? Hey, mister, did you know that the goddess is gone? Do you think she got mad and left because I never listened to my mom or dad? Nah, that's not it. She probably left because of Betro. He's still a demon. Actually, no, he's not. I can't say that to him. He's such a nice guy. This is unbelievable. The goddess statue is gone. Would somebody please explain just what's going on here in Skyloft? No? Because you wouldn't believe me anyway. Like you wouldn't even believe it anyway. I've been on a life-changing journey. I've been on this, like, really, really just life-changing adventure. Like, where I found out that I'm literally the goddess's chosen hero. Zelda is the goddess reborn as a mortal. And literally the world could be ending as we know it if Demise wasn't really waiting. So, you know, something, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I've ever talked to Gondo or any of his relatives at night, I suppose. Or Greba. All that lug does is make one filthy mess after another. I swear he never leaves a grease spot wherever he sits. I know he likes tinkering around with his old oily doodads, but I'm drowning in dirty laundry here. That lug? That's right, my greasy-fingered son who runs the scrap shop at the bazaar. I thought he would settle down a bit and maybe even wash his hands now that he's got that robot up and running, but he's still tinkering away. I'm telling you, that boy will never get the grease out from beneath his fingernails. Ah. Greba, a wise old woman. Oh, okay. So it wasn't a guy, okay. Her son is Gondo, who runs the scrap shop. Her daily activities including washing her son's dirty laundry. Fortunately, because of the unceasing winds in Skyloft, the clothes dry quickly. I do see indeed, I do see. We're going to make it night one last time, because that is just something that I will address. Because I won't get to hear my thoughts about, you know, Skyward Sword as a remaster, you know, during the ending. Its designation is LD301S Scrapper. This is an ancient robot repaired by Gondo, the scrap shop owner. Because it can freely travel between the sky and the ground below, this unit's function is to transport various objects. Apparently it is very highly interested in my approval. Yes, it is. It may look my master only tinkers away with machines as a hobby, but that's not the whole story. He's building an automatic washing machine for his mother. Isn't that great? He's not at all like a certain someone I know who drags mistress. You know what? Yeah. Hey, kid! I hope you're putting old Scrapper to good use. He's got a bit of a mouth on him, but he's a robot with a good heart. Well, if robots had hearts. Just remember to treat him kindly and everything will work out fine. Okay, well, maybe I would like to actually... I can't pull out my sword. Well, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. But nice to know the fact that Gondo really is a nice guy. Oh, that's right. I never actually enlisted the services of Rupin. So let's sell some treasure here, because I don't need them anymore. Lizard tail, dusk relic, ornamental skull, and goddess plume. So I'll sell them. Which one do I want to sell? I don't need lizard's tails anymore, so let's do that. 20 rupees per. And it'll be all of them, please. 400 rupees. Yes, sir. Thanks. Come back again soon. He's a crafty salesman. During the day, he sells a variety of items at his gear shop in the bazaar. During the night, he buys treasures, but only the treasures he's decided to buy on that night. What? No useful information? What about you? Her name is Gosselle, and she's a bit of a demanding lady. She is the mother of the gear peddler Rupin. She hates house cleaning, but adores antiques. I recommend keeping a safe distance from her. Oh no, or else I have to pay another 20 rupees. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk that maybe I would actually, you know, pay up the money that I desperately need in order to save the world. Hey. It's happened, Link. The goddess and her isle have vanished from Skyloft. No need to explain, Link. When all catastrophes are overcome, only then will the goddess make her return to the surface. Those are the last of the secret words passed down here in Skyloft. It is only now that I realize the significance of them. Yes. Their meaning is clear to me. This must mean it's all over. And my Zelda, is she safe at last? And whatever other surprises fate may have in store for you, I'm sure you will triumph. We're counting on you after all. Just stay focused on the task of hand. Put all your strength into it, and you can't go wrong. I have faith that you'll bring my daughter back to me. I desire that more than an explanation of whatever it is that transpired here. Good luck, Link. That's actually cute. So, aside from the pretty obvious secret area with all the remlets, there's nothing really too important on the statue of the goddess that you may have missed. I mean, aside from the area with the remlets, but very thankfully, if you haven't done everything, don't worry, you can still go ahead and do everything. The statue of the goddess isn't really required for anything other than story purposes. So, there you go. There you are. That's what, the thing is like. I don't know if anybody else... I don't remember necessarily if anybody else comments on these events. As far as I'm aware, it's only Gaepora and Kukiel and Jackamar that only comment on the fact that the statue of the goddess is gone. Or maybe Golly has something. The statue of the goddess is gone. What are we gonna do? That was easily the best place in the world to catch bugs. That was a flat out lie, and you know it. The Isle of the Goddess has disappeared? I mean, how does that even happen? This can't be good. Something bad is about to happen. I know it. I mean, other than the island disappearing. Yeah, I know, those poor remlets, dude. Those poor remlets, they broke my heart. Those cute remlets are now gone, man. Also, yes, Skyloft does look weird without the statue, wouldn't you say? For the Thunder Dragons challenge, I believe with later on, well, obviously I have every battle unlocked, but let's go on from later on in our journey. So, these are all the battles that we have seen, or rather, the ones that I did get. Imprison Round 3, Girahim Round 3, and the Horde battle. And Demise is in there as well. So, yeah, at this point, at least in hero mode, all the boss battles are available to you. as well as all of the Silent Realms. The Silent Realm for Skyloft is only available after you complete it, obviously, and it's under somewhere else. So that's why I zoomed in on the text saying on Linneu's text. So yeah. Anyway, Silent Realms at this point can only be useful if you want to get, you know, Dusk Relics and everything. Otherwise, the rewards aren't really that worth it anymore because you probably have upgraded like everything at this point. So, yeah. Anyway, I failed to mention that there are two different types of Guardians. The ones that carry the heavy weapons and the other ones that carry the axes and sickles and everything. That's essentially what it looks like. So, there you go. That's basically all there is to it. And, speaking of fine notifications, the only one that we didn't get to see was the notification about your batteries running low. Haha! I'm a good boy who charges up my controllers every single time. Look at me. Look at me. I have a full battery. Yes, I do. See? The Pro Controller has 30 hours worth of battery. I'm good. That's enough for one full playthrough. And I don't know why you would ever do this. But if you want to return this area to the past, all you need to do is just to get this time shift stone, deactivate it, and then reactivate it at the same time. I don't know why you would do that though, because the Thunder Dragon's lightning round is still awesome. Even though the rewards aren't really that worth it at this point anymore, it's still cool, man. It's still cool. The Thunder Dragon, dude. It's just the Thunder Dragon, man. Unique design, good side mode, really fun stuff. Now, I'm wondering, does Levias have anything to say now that you actually got the Triforce now?
Ho ho ho! So you now hold the Triforce, do you? Astonishing! You know what you must do. Go and do not stray from the path you know you must walk.
I have to cut away for the echo effect. But it is kind of cool that Levias does have something to say. Like, Levias is a really cool design. I really like this guy a lot. Even though his character is only there to just be like, hey, I'm gonna guide you through this last part of Skyward Sword, you know? His character does enough service for the last third, and you know what? I am very cool with that. Can I get this dude? Oh, man. I guess some things will never ever, you know, come to light. Never ever. Okay, so that's basically everything that I wanted to show when it comes to the events after the statue of the goddess returns to the surface, about how the Skyloft citizens reacted to it, and also some things now that we have the Triforce in our possession. The only thing that's left are my thoughts on Skyward Sword as a remaster, because I do have plenty of things that I would like to talk about with Skyward Sword as a remaster, because I want to save my full thoughts on the game until after we have beaten Demise and saved the world. So you can probably tell that I really do like this game a lot. Like, I really like a lot of things about Skyward Sword, and this HD remaster still does that job for me. Like, this is a Zelda game that I can go back to on repeat playthroughs and have a good time with it, right? However, As an HD remaster, though, I don't really think it does enough to justify the whole $60 price tag. For me, you're getting you're getting your money's worth. Like, $60 for what is essentially like a 30-hour adventure filled with a bunch of stuff to do. I mean, yes, please. But it's just as an HD remaster, I don't think there aren't enough improvements, right? There aren't enough improvements or new stuff in them that I would personally... You know what I mean? Basically, there isn't enough improvements or new things. Like, the improved pacing with much less fire interruptions is great and all. The fact that you can use button-only controls is really cool. But I feel like that's the two biggest things. I mean, aside from the amiibo functionality, which it's only compatible with one amiibo, whereas, you know, compared to, you know, Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess HD or something like that. On screen right now, I have a full list of what I would personally add or change to Skyward Sword HD to make it more worthy of the remaster title. Like, I could go over all of these, but I'm gonna go over the ones that I feel like are probably important to me, at least. Like, it should be... Skyward Sword HD should be compatible with all the Legend of Zelda amiibo. Like, giving consumable items or heart refills or something like that. And the Ganondorf amiibo should have the same functionality as Twilight Princess, where it basically made the enemies twice as strong, so that basically in hero mode, 4 times damage runs would be possible. I think hero mode should be available right from the start, just like, you know, Twilight Princess and basically Link's Awakening. And yeah, that's what I would basically do. Like I've been saying a lot, I wish that the Loftwing was faster. It had a natural, like, boost the speed for the HD remaster. Or at the very least, there would be an item like the Swift Sail in Wind Waker HD, where you could boost your own bird's speed for, you know, clearing like a challenge or something. The Zelda and Loftwing amiibo being the only way to warp between the surface and the sky anywhere you want is really dumb and stupid, so give us the ability to unlock that ability naturally. Like, sometime, like, after you get the Goddess Sword. I don't care. Like, make it a challenge that you can do, like, early on so you can get that ability. Or at the very least, make it so that you can unlock that ability after you cleared the Skyview Temple the first time around. Even, like, little things like an in-game checklist on all the Goddess Cubes, Gratitude Crystals, and Heart Pieces would be nice. And also, I probably put this in there, but just for kicks. But a Bomber's Notebook style feature that will let you learn about all the NPCs that you meet, which I thought was really neat in Majora's Mask, since that game was basically all about the side quests and people. Add a photo mode, like all these really cool new games are doing, please. I mean, don't lock it behind a next generation console, right? Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. Give us the ability to warp to any bird statue on the surface or in the sky by using the harp. And expanding on the harp, make it so that there's like a sun song. Like, I don't mind going to beds to change from night to day, but it gets a little tedious after a while. Like, I have tens of ideas, Nintendo. Put me in. I'm ready. I'm ready to work for Nintendo, guys. Like, seriously, like, even with all these little things that I'm mentioning, it would make just things so much more convenient. And it doesn't take away from the difficulty at all. Like, I would seriously change it if it were up to me. Like, delay it so that you can add new things. Kind of like how Sonic Mania was delayed so that they could polish the game and add more cool stuff to it. Or, like, for one final thing, the 2 costumes for Link, his like, you know, Knight Academy outfit and then his tunic, those are the only 2 that are in the game. Make it so that we can change costumes. Because one thing that I really like in games these days is the fact that you can change costumes and they change and you can see them in real-time cutscenes. Like, take like Xenoblade, for example. Like, you equip armor in that game, and the appearance will reflect on the armor, so that's pretty good. Do that, please. And also Tales of Vesperia too, because I don't want to be a one-note Xenoblade stan. Like, make tunics that are different colored, but also modeled after Knight Academy students like Groose, Pippet, Karane, and whatever else. I think that would have been pretty cool. So yeah, I have all of these ideas, Nintendo. Like, put me in. I'm ready for adventure. I'm ready to tackle the biggest challenge of my life. I'm going to fight to save the world. And I freaking want these changes, but some things are just not meant to be. Like, nothing is ever meant to be. Like, as an HD remaster, I don't think it does quite, and Skyward Sword HD doesn't really do enough to, you know, justify the $60 price tag it's going for, because we all know Nintendo and their $60 games, but you're still buying them anyway. But, you know, as a game, I still really like Skyward Sword HD. I just wish the HD remaster did a little bit more in terms of new features and changes, just to justify it being a brand new remaster of a beloved classic. You know, according to the critics anyway. I mean, I don't know if it would satisfy, you know, the fans, but it would just erase all these tedious problems, I suppose. But that's all I have to say about Skyward Sword HD as a remaster. I mean, I bought it. I'm glad I did. But I just wish there was a little bit more. Next time on Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, we raise our sword against Demise. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.